In this video, we will discuss Parent Plus loans and private student loans, reviewing answers to common questions asked about each that may be helpful in determining which loan is best for you. What do these loans cover? Parent Plus loans and private student loans are two options many families use for covering a portion or all of the remaining account balance for tuition, fees, room, or meal plan. Both loans can also be used to help with books and other educational expenses. Who is the borrower? The Parent Plus loan is an option for parents and step-parents to borrow from the federal government to help cover their students' educational expenses. The loan is in the parent or step-parent's name, and approval is based on parent credit. It is important to note that a parent or step-parent does not have to be listed on the student's FAFSA to borrow a Plus loan on the student's behalf. Alternatively, private student loans are a borrowing option offered to students by private lenders, such as banks and credit unions. These loans are typically in the student's name and require a cosigner for approval, as most students do not have enough credit history to be approved on their own. Also, any creditworthy acquaintance can cosign a student's private loan. Cosigners are not limited to parents and step-parents as with the Plus loan. What are the interest rates and fees? Parent Plus loans have a fixed interest rate that is set annually by the federal government. The current interest rate for the 2021-2022 academic year is 6.28%. Parent Plus loans have an origination fee of just over 4%. This means that about 95% of the approved Plus loan amount is received by ONU. It is important to keep this in mind when determining how much to request on the Plus loan application. Private student loans have both variable and fixed interest rate options, and the interest rate offered is dependent on the credit of the cosigner. A private loan application must be submitted to the lender of choice in order to obtain the interest rate. Private loans usually do not have fees, but it is important to verify this with the lender. Neither Parent Plus or private student loans are subsidized. This means that interest will start accruing on either loan once it has been dispersed to the student account. How do I apply? We recommend applying for either loan option once you have received your fall bill in early July. The U.S. Department of Education is the lender of Parent Plus loans, so the application is submitted at studentaid.gov. The parent applying for the loan will need an FSA ID. Parents may already have an FSA ID if they have previously signed the FAFSA for their student. To apply for an FSA ID or to obtain the username and password for an existing ID, visit fsaid.ed.gov. The credit decision for a Plus loan is presented immediately after application, and the loan will take 1 to 2 weeks for processing. ONU is required to certify student enrollment and eligibility before the loan can be finalized. Private student loans are offered by many lenders, including banks and credit unions. Any private loan lender of choice may be used. ONU provides a list of lenders most frequently used by our students at elmselect.com. Private loans are applied for online through the lender of choice website. The cosigner portion is also completed online. Follow instructions on the website of the lender of choice. It is important to note that private loans typically have a longer processing time, usually about 3 to 4 weeks. Certification of student enrollment and eligibility by ONU is also required for these loans. What else should I know about applying? We recommend applying for the whole academic year at once for both loan options. Typically, your bills for fall and spring semesters are similar. Contact the financial aid office if you need help determining how much to borrow. Once the loan is approved, half of the funds are sent to ONU before the start of fall semester, and half are sent before the beginning of spring semester. It is important to know that a new application for the Parent Plus loan and most private student loans needs to be completed each year. How does repayment work? For Parent Plus loans, repayment typically begins after the loan is fully dispersed each year, which is usually late winter or early spring. The loan will be assigned to one of several federal loan servicers who will send communication about the loan and information about repayment. The loan does allow for deferment of payments while the student is enrolled in school. Deferment can be chosen at the time of Plus loan application or later by contacting the loan servicer. Repayment for private student loans typically begins 6 months after a student graduates or ends enrollment. Some private loan lenders offer incentives or benefits for starting repayment earlier. Explore the options offered by your lender to determine what is best for you. We hope this information has been helpful and encourage you to contact the financial aid office with any questions you might have. Financial aid counselors are available for one-on-one conversations throughout the year.